Thank you so much, Dr. Sutton, and congratulations on your newest leadership role. I look forward to working with you as president of the ACS closely in the year to come. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to San Francisco, the city by the bay, and our 110th Clinical Congress. If I might go off script for a moment, I'd like to recognize our past presidents here on stage. They've been such extraordinary advisors to me, and I'd like them to stand and be seen. The past presidents. Thank you. Clinical Congress has always been an outstanding opportunity for education, for camaraderie, for acquisition of clinical skills. And in fact, as you may know, Clinical Congress predated the founding of the American College of Surgeons. The first Clinical Congress participants were surgeon subscribers to our journal, Surgery, Gynecology, and Oncology, the precursor to JACS, our current journal. That meeting was so helpful to those surgeons that the organization was actually developed around the flagship meeting. So the images that you see on the slide there are from our archives, circa 1946. Like this annual meeting, the values that undergird our work remain relevant even today. Our motto, to heal all with skill and trust, has functionally been the same since the beginning of our organization. Similarly, our pursuit of surgical excellence has been unwavering. As the House of Surgery for All Surgeons, we build on a firm foundation of more than a century of knowledge, experience, and fellowship. We unite surgeons of all specialties, all career stages, and all practice configurations all around the world. I want to thank you for joining us at Clinical Congress this year, whether you've traveled a short distance or a long one, whether you're here with us in person or whether you're joining us online. We are so pleased to welcome you to the ACS Clinical Congress. In particular, I extend a warm welcome to our new fellows, whom we inducted into fellowship last evening at convocation. We welcomed 1,894 fellows from 74 countries, and congratulations to you again, and welcome to the fellowship that is the ACS. Our new fellows represent a portion of our 93,000 members. We are pleased that that number includes nearly 1,900 new resident members and nearly 1,600 new medical student members, and these individuals are indeed the future of our profession. We have chartered 2 new chapters this year in Sweden and Poland, and we now have 124 chapters, including 65 in US states and territories and 59 in 56 other countries. Chapters have been the conduit through which many ACS leaders first became involved with the college, including our new president, Dr. Beth Sutton. Chapters are a tremendous place for members to find opportunities for engagement. If you haven't already, please do engage with your chapter. Immerse yourself in participating and expanding its offerings. I'm pleased to announce the new editor-in-chief of the Journal of the American College of Surgeons, Dr. Thomas Varghese. He is a talented and highly experienced surgeon from the University of Utah who will follow Dr. Timothy Eberlein, who has done an extraordinary job leading the journal for the last 20 years. Welcome, Dr. Varghese, and thank you, Dr. Eberlein. This year, we have added 2 new leaders with specific expertise to our executive team. The first is our inaugural Chief Health Informatics Officer, Dr. Genevieve Melton-Mew. Dr. Melton-Mew is a practicing colorectal surgeon, a professor, and Chief of Health Informatics at the University of Minnesota. She will lead strategy development for our data systems, enhance our incorporation of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and facilitate the efforts of our Health IT Committee. In addition, we've recently hired our inaugural Chief Revenue and Operating Officer, Joseph Reitel. Mr. Reitel brings more than 30 years' experience across the pharmaceutical, biotechnology, life science, and diagnostic industries. He will support advancing our mission by expanding our impact, accelerating growth, implementing best business practices, and enhancing operational efficiencies across the enterprise. Both tremendous additions to our team will allow the ACS to exert an even more meaningful impact on patient care and will allow us to support our surgeon members even more effectively. The ACS has been tremendously productive this year in ways that are improving the surgical profession and offering resources to all members. Our Division of Education has had extraordinary successes in conferences, such as the Surgical Simulation Summit, and courses, including the popular Surgeons as Leaders and Surgeons as Educators offerings. We also lead or participate in efforts to introduce enhancements to surgical education. In the past 2 years, the ACS has been part of the Blue Ribbon II Committee, which gathered surgeon leaders from leading healthcare associations to create consensus recommendations impacting surgical education. This process updated the first Blue Ribbon Committee, which in 2004 recommended several changes to GME that have been transformative. New recommendations were released in April, and we anticipate wide impact across surgical education. We also maintain an array of courses, curricula, and guides for surgeons at every stage of their career, more than I can share with you this morning. There are resources for medical students planning to enter surgery, surgery residents developing foundational skills, and practicing surgeons perfecting their clinical, leadership, and teaching abilities. There are also topical courses for surgeons across the career span on quality improvement, AI, military readiness, for example. The military partnership with the ACS also continues to thrive. This year, we offer expert recommendations to the DoD's Joint Trauma System at the request of its chief. Our military surgeons are focusing on expansion of our military readiness curriculum and other educational assets for use by civilian surgeons in global, humanitarian, and trauma settings. In addition, we've republished a seminal text by the legendary military surgeon, Dr. Edward Churchill. That book is available here at Clinical Congress. In the year to come, the Excelsior Surgical Society, the home for all military surgeons within the ACS, will celebrate 10 years as part of the college and 80 years since its founding. If you're a current or former military surgeon, please do connect with the Excelsior Surgical Society. We're also celebrating an anniversary with ACS Hope, our global surgery initiative, which has now been operating for 20 years. Currently, ACS Hope maintains 3 surgical training hubs in Rwanda, Zambia, and Ethiopia. This effort has brought together more than 25 U.S. academic surgery departments and dozens of volunteer surgeons. They have collectively provided nearly 4,000 hours of volunteer work this year, teaching multiple specialties that are otherwise difficult for surgeons to access. Our hubs have helped to improve clinical care, advance local research, and provide quality improvement tools. If you're interested in contributing in that way, please do reach out to us and engage with ACS Hope. ATLS, a flagship offering of the COT, our Committee on Trauma, remains a popular resource worldwide. This year, we have launched My ATLS, which allows surgeons to learn ATLS content through a regularly updated app. Each of you can download it today. In addition, updated versions of our Electronic Disaster Management and Emergency Preparedness course and our Advanced Disaster Medical Response course are available now, as well as our new guideline on the management of traumatic brain injury. In addition, you'll be able to access versions of our Trauma Education and Management course in English, Spanish, French, and Brazilian Portuguese. ATLS 11, the new edition, is scheduled to launch in 2025. ATLS has been taught in 86 countries. Our Stop the Bleed program has been taught in 166. Stop the Bleed is our public-facing program that trains everyday people on how to manage severe bleeding before definitive help arrives. In 166 countries, 4.1 million people have received Stop the Bleed training, including 1 million this year alone. We are excited to launch version 3 of Stop the Bleed here at Clinical Congress, and I urge all of you to consider training yourself and taking these skills back home where you can also teach courses. We are transforming the way that we offer support to surgical oncology. Among the many achievements of the ACS cancer programs this year is the launch of the AJCC Staging Online website, which offers continually updated cancer staging protocols to surgical oncologists. In addition, we've shifted the National Cancer Database from annual calls for data to real-time data collection and reporting, improving how we offer evidence-based insights into cancer. Finally, the Commission on Cancer is now offering a pediatric designation to accredited hospitals, preparing to start accreditation in hospitals in Canada, and developing accreditation standards tailored to the needs of rural hospitals and the patients they serve. The ACS also continues to be a resource for cancer care throughout numerous programs, protocols, and guides. Our offerings include up-to-date staging protocols, operative standards, and guidelines on optimal resources. In addition to being a trustworthy source for surgeons of all specialties, the ACS is a trusted voice for the public. This year, we've redesigned our resources for patients' web pages, doubling their readership. In addition, this year, we've been mentioned in the mainstream media more than 32,000 times, a 55% increase over 2023. This includes our media tours for Cancer Awareness Months and the National Stop the Bleed Month in May. Through these appearances, we have reached hundreds of millions of viewers and readers. This makes the ACS an important part of our national discourse on surgery, healthcare, and public health. This year, ACS leaders have delivered testimony on Medicare reform to the Senate Committee on Finance and participated in a White House summit on gun violence prevention. We have also successfully advocated for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services to adopt the age-friendly measures, which was significantly impacted in its development by ACS's Geriatric Surgery Verification Quality Program. This measure will help ensure that older adults receive high-quality, evidence-based care. Through our quality programs, we will assist hospitals with compliance and continue to push for additional updated standards to ensure excellence in surgical care. Our advocacy division continues to pursue many other initiatives, including increasing surgeons' reimbursement rates, creating a national trauma and emergency preparedness system, and sustaining military-civilian partnerships in surgery. This is an area where individual ACS members can do tremendous work. If you are based in the United States, please join us at the Leadership and Advocacy Summit each spring in Washington, D.C. You can also speak out through your Surgeon's Voice online portal, use our Advocacy at Home resources, and engage with our Surgeons Political Action Committee. Our quality programs strive to ensure high-quality care for all patients. This year, we've expanded 3 new quality programs supporting vascular surgery, emergency general surgery, and a quality verification program. Overall, our quality programs cumulatively support 2,200 hospitals participating in 5,600 programs worldwide. Our Power of Quality campaign is working to make our quality programs visible to every surgeon, every hospital, and every patient in the country. And we've so far distributed more than 1,600 surgical quality partner diamond plaques to hospitals to display, to share their commitment to quality. Our geriatric surgery verification program is the basis for the age-friendly hospital measure, and we are supporting hospitals who want to comply with that standard through our programs. Please reach out to us if your hospital would like to engage on our geriatric surgery verification program. Expanding on Dr. Ford's presidential theme, the Office of Inclusive Excellence has expanded its resource toolkit and is working with our quality programs to incorporate essential and impactful access and equity standards supported by the evidence base. Working with 8 trauma organizations, a Trauma Health Equity Summit is being planned, and the first certificate course was offered at this meeting. The ACS supports high-quality care through innovations in research. This year, we received a $1 million gift to research prevention and treatment of surgical adhesions. To begin the project, we hosted a successful summit in D.C. with 100 invited experts from around the world. The group reviewed current science on surgical adhesions and began creating consensus recommendations for surgical adhesion assessment. In the months to come, this group will complete their first publications, award grants to adhesion researchers, and advance towards a goal we know many surgeons want: effectively preventing and treating this vexing condition. As always, our role also is to ensure our members can flourish in practice as they work within an evolving healthcare system. For that reason, we continually update our practice management and clinical practice hubs online. At our Practice Management Hub, you can find career development resources, including information on contract negotiations, salary benchmarks, and insights from surgeons in private practice and the employed setting. Our Clinical Practice Hub offers up-to-date clinical guidelines, textbooks, and other resources. Both are arranged for optimal ease of access. Similarly, we have a broad range of communication for members, from our peer-reviewed journal, JACS, to our monthly magazine, podcasts, and newsletters. We are busy practicing surgeons, and we need to provide relevant information easily for you. Log in at facs.org and update your profile. You'll be able to access the ACS Surgeons dashboard with content curated to match your specialty, your career stage, and your areas of interest. The Surgeons dashboard will also be an easy conduit to our annual report, which will be released in December. I highly recommend that everyone read this report. It provides a more comprehensive review of the state of the ACS than I can cover in just a few moments this morning. This meeting, as it did in 1911, provides an array of content relevant to surgeons, research, clinical updates, and the pressing matters facing our profession. This includes more than 2,500 presentations, including 8 named lectures, 108 panel sessions, 76 scientific forum sessions. Take advantage of everything while you're here. And remember that most content will be available on demand within just a few hours online. So you may access it in the evenings, you may access it when you return home. To help you navigate this array of offerings, I recommend to you our pocket guide, which is available at registration if you prefer paper. For those of us who don't love paper, there is a mobile app which you can download now. Both list every event happening at Clinical Congress. Please engage with us. Please read Clinical Congress News for daily updates on the most exciting, important, and essential events at this meeting. You can find it on our website. Please don't miss the exhibit hall, which has more than 140 exhibitors this year, and also visit the ACS Foundation and PAC booths. ACS Central in the exhibit hall is where you may update your ACS profile, you may visit the Surgical Ergonomics Clinic and Surgical Metrics Project to receive insights on operating room safety and effective learning through simulation activities. Please join us at our annual business meeting of members. At this meeting, we will provide reports from leadership, present awards, and announce new officers, including our next president-elect. It's at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, October 22nd, in rooms 303 and 304. I encourage all members, in particular our newly inducted fellows, to attend. We also hope to see you at the Taste of the City event on Tuesday. At every clinical congress, we invite you to join us for a celebration with local dishes, fun activities, and music to close out the conference. Please dress casually, know that your family is welcome as well, and engage in the camaraderie that makes us all love coming to Clinical Congress so much. Please continue joining us for ACS conferences throughout the year, including our upcoming Trauma Quality Improvement Program conference in December, as well as our Cancer Conference in March, our Leadership and Advocacy Summit in April, and the Quality and Safety Conference next July. We hope to see you at Clinical Congress 2025 as well. Please mark your calendars now for October 4 to 7, 2025 in Chicago. We look forward to seeing you there. Finally, I want to thank you all for your hard work. Our members' commitment to surgical excellence is the bedrock upon which the stability, prestige, and achievements of the ACS stand. Your efforts build not just a fulfilling future for many of the patients we serve, but also the future of the surgical profession itself. I also want to thank the Board of Regents, the Board of Governors, our committee members, our past presidents, and the extraordinary staff of the American College of Surgeons, with whom I have the pleasure of working every day. Your work is critical, your insights are extraordinary, and I appreciate your contributions to our success. The ACS cares tremendously about providing surgeons with the support it takes to have a great career. We all face tremendous challenges, and we do not know what the future will hold. But the best way to predict the future is to make it. Together, let's use the next several days, and indeed every day, as stepping stones to make our future as surgeons a great one on behalf of our patients. Thank you, and enjoy the week.